With the drone wars raging over Ukraine, the illegal invasion by Russia has forced both armed forces to use weapons never seen before in combat. One of the more notable and prototype weapon systems to be exposed would be Sukhoi's S-70 Okhotnik-B drone. This supposed sixth-generation airframe would be shot down over the contested airspace above Ukraine. This would show footage of the drone free-falling in the sky. We can observe the symbolic red star still on the wing amongst the crash site. So what would happen to the Sukhoi S-70 Okhotnik-B, and why would it be such a disaster for the Russian military? An absolutely massive drone. I hope that this photo of a person walking on the wings can illustrate just how large the drone would be. Being utilized in an autonomous wingman configuration, the S-70 Okhotnik would usually be accompanied by a Sukhoi Su-57 jet. We can observe this footage released by the Russian Ministry of Defense with this deployment visible. The Su-57 in formation with the large winged drone. The videos would be released around August of 2019, so before the illegal full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Because of the size of such a secretive aircraft, the drone would require a runway deployment, and we can see some of that in action here. Having a silhouette similar to the B-2 Spirit bomber, this would be a good side view of the long-range ISR drone. So how did such an elite drone get shot down over Ukraine? Launching with the Su-57 from the Akhtubinsk Air Base, the pair would be hundreds of kilometers behind the front lines. However, the drone would start to lose contact with ground stations and begin to head towards the Ukrainian front lines. In order to prevent the advanced aircraft from being delivered right to the Ukrainians, the accompanying Su-57 would shoot an air-to-air missile and take down the S-70 Okhotnik. The ensuing crash would be further analyzed by the Ukrainian forces, and realizing what a prize that Ukraine and NATO has potentially gained, the Russians would deploy an expensive Iskander ballistic missile. However, Ukrainian police had allegedly already hauled away key components and parts. The shooting down of such an advanced sixth-generation drone, as claimed by the Russian MOD, would raise a lot of questions. Of course, the Russians wouldn't be the best source, especially when acknowledging the shortcomings of their weapon systems. However, the drone's lack of ability to return to base in the event of disconnection would illustrate the lack of ability to operate in contested areas. The downing of the drone by an air-to-air missile would be notable. A supposed sixth-generation companion aircraft, the lack of survivability wouldn't be the greatest step of approval. Yes, these large drone platforms are more expendable than manned aircraft, but still, with only a few prototypes created, this would be a stinging blow for the Russian armed forces. I hope to cover more ways that drones are being used in Russia's illegal full-scale invasion of Ukraine. If you have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It certainly helps out a channel like mine. If you also want similar content, please comment down below what kind of topics or tactics that you're most interested in. Thank you for watching until the very end, and do not forget to have a phenomenal